Hi, I'm Michael from ETS. Today on Inside the TOEFL Test, we're going inside the TOEFL iBT listening section, specifically the function questions. Function questions ask you to identify the particular meaning of a statement in a given context, because a statement can have different meanings depending on the situation. In other words, the real meaning is different from the surface or literal meaning. For example, if you're in a room with other people and someone says, "It's getting chilly in here," what they might really be saying is, "Could someone close the window?" You can recognize function questions because they include phrases like, "What does the professor mean when he says?" or "Why does the student say?" Now let's look at a sample question from a conversation between a coach and a student who are catching up on what happened while the student was away. Here's an excerpt from the conversation.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Hey, Coach. I just thought I'd stop by to see what I missed while I was gone.
Well, we've been working real hard on our plan for the next game. I've asked Susan to go over it with you before practice this afternoon, so you'll know what we're doing.
Okay.
By the way, how did your brother's wedding go?
Oh, it was beautiful. And the whole family was there. I saw aunts and uncles and cousins I hadn't seen in years.
So it was worth the trip.
Oh, definitely. I'm sorry I had to miss practice, though. I feel bad about that.
Family's very important.
Yep. Okay, I guess I'll see you this afternoon at practice then.
Here's an example of a function question. What does the man mean when he says family's very important? When looking at the answer options, think about the context of the conversation. So when the coach asks about the wedding and says things like, "So it was worth the trip," and "Family's very important," you can conclude that the coach understands and agrees with her decision to miss practice. So D is the correct answer. Here's a tip for building your listening skills that can also help with function questions. When listening to a passage, ask yourself what the speaker is really doing by saying certain things. The speaker may be doing things like directing, recommending, complaining, agreeing or disagreeing, questioning, or confirming. When you know these types of intentions and that they often happen beneath the surface of what is said, they can help you identify the function of what is said more easily. There are lots of ways to improve your English skills. Whatever you do, keep practicing. And good luck on your TOEFL test.